From humble beginnings when Singapore was inhabited by fishermen and pirates and it served as an outpost for the Sumatran Empire of Srivijaya, Singapore now is the largest port in Southeast Asia and one of the busiest in the world. It owes its growth and prosperity to its focal position at the southern extremity of the Malay Peninsula, where it dominates the Strait of Malacca that connects the Indian Ocean to the South China Sea. Once a British colony, now a member of the Commonwealth, Singapore has experienced remarkable economic growth since the 1960s. In addition to enhancing its position as a World Trade Center, it has developed powerful financial and industrial sectors. Welcome to the Lion City. Good morning travelers, good morning friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am welcoming you from the amazing city of Singapore. Now, as you can see behind me, it's the world famous landmark Marina Bay Sands, and at the moment I'm currently finding myself at the Marina Bay Gardens. We are in the beautiful tropical garden here. This is the Dragonfly Lake with these little two dragonflies there, and this park it's full of amazing plants, palm trees, flowers and so on. So we're gonna start our tour from here, and for the next days we're gonna try to explore as much as we can from the sites here in Singapore, foods, markets and many more. So join me and let's go. So these gardens, aside the fact that they have a beautiful aspect, they are also sustainable, and they offer like basically like a purification station for the city of Singapore, or this is what I understood from what we read around here on the boards. It's just beautiful. You really feel like in a tropical jungle. In each one of my trips, the first days are always for reckoning and to get my bearings right. After the start that we had from Marina Bay Sands, we went to visit the iconic neighborhood of Katong, which is home to Peranakan culture and history, and is also home to some heritage buildings like colonial bungalows and colorful shop houses. You will find here plenty of eateries and boutique cafes. After that, we got also to wander the streets of Haji Lane, which is located in the center of the bustling Kampong Glam district, where Haji Lane is a vivid representation of the city-state's rich traditions of culture. Here we enjoy the coffee tarik and we admire the beautiful Sultan Mosque, built in 1824 by the Sultan Hussein Shah, the first Sultan of Singapore. You'll find plenty of Mediterranean restaurants here, and in the evening the place comes alive. Later on that evening we went back to the gardens by the bay to witness the amazing Garden Rhapsody, which is a light and sound show that takes place every day from 7:45 p.m. and also at 8:45 p.m. And when the Garden Rhapsody finished, we cross over to Marina Bay waterfront, where we witness a different show, a light and water show called Spectra. This is also free of charge and starts every day from 8 p.m. Food scene in Singapore, it's crazy. So now we are going to check a place which is called, how Misha? Lau Pa Sat. It's sort of a food market. Let me show you The building is that one over there, and seems like it's very good. So we're gonna go check it out, and yeah, let's see what foods they have here. The market remains one of the oldest Victorian structures in Southeast Asia and one of the first structures built in prefabricated cast iron in Asia. It is also the only remaining market left that served the residents in the central district of early Singapore. Various types of foods. It's incredible actually, because it's very big. Alright guys, so we have here a whole little chicken chopped for us, some dry noodles, some rice, and this is the setup here. I know what we're missing a beer, but I haven't seen any around. Alright guys, another place that we want to tick off from our list here in Singapore, it's the Botanical Gardens. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is also free of charge, so I would advise you to come to check it out. It's very hot and humid today, but we're gonna try to make the most of the time that we are in this beautiful city. And yeah, let's go to see what is about in this Botanical Garden. The Singapore Botanic Gardens is a 165 years old garden located at the edge of Orchard Road shopping district. It is one of 3 gardens and the only tropical garden to be honored as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Here are more than 10,000 species of flora spread over its 82 hectares. So the garden is huge, has multiple gardens inside of the garden basically, and today it's a Sunday, it's beautiful, the people have picnic inside of it. The only payable section of the garden is the orchid garden, so if you come by, have this in mind, but otherwise you can spend some really nice quality time inside here. Alright, so we got to an area called Clarke Quay, and I have to say it's really nice. We just had lunch in a restaurant. There are plenty of places where you can eat or drink, and now exactly in the little center of the square was a Furtastic party, so it was like a exhibition for animals. But as I said, really nice. We're gonna go to hang around here, and then we're gonna continue with our tour through Singapore. We're gonna maybe go to Chinatown and to other places of interest around here. Clarke Quay, it's a beautiful riverside quay in Singapore, home to a clutch of historic warehouses. In the 1800s, this was one of the center of the trade when barges would transport goods upstream for storage. So we came all the way over there, nice on the riverside here. This is called the River Walk, and we're gonna go now towards the Merlion Park to see also one of the symbols of Singapore. And on the way we're gonna visit another site, I think it's called Victoria Hall Center or something. We're gonna go to check it out, but I have to say until now I am truly impressed by this city, because it's so clean, the people are so nice, and it's just, I don't know, everything, it's, you have signage all over, you can't miss a spot because you're gonna see a sign. So yeah, it's probably the city of the future. Over time, urbanization has blurred the differences between city and country. Built-up areas now cover a large part of the city-state. The older parts of the city have been substantially refurbished, especially along the Singapore River, but elsewhere as well.
Yeah, this is a very nice building. The National Gallery of Singapore. Look at this with royal palms. It's similar with the one in Trafalgar Square, no, Misha? Yeah. Or with St. Paul's Cathedral actually. The dome looks similar. Very, very nice. Alright guys, so I think I'm finding myself exactly in the center of Singapore. I'm gonna show you a little bit the area. That is the National Gallery of Singapore. Behind there is the Parliament. Here Victoria Concert Hall. And then you can spot also the Marina Bay Sands. Beautiful, beautiful view around. Very hot and steamy outside. Now started to drizzle a little bit, but doesn't matter, doesn't bother us. We continue with our tour through this amazing city. Now there is a strange thing that is happening today. So today it's a Sunday, and I've seen this thing happening also in Hong Kong when I've been last year. So there are a lot of I think Filipino people, and they make sort of a picnic in the parks around the city, which I think actually is very, very nice. I don't know exactly, I don't remember what they were celebrating, but yeah. Anyways, this is the concert hall, the Victoria Concert Hall. As you can see, a clock tower there. Very nice building and very nice area. Finally, we made it to the Merlion Park, and this is one of the landmarks of Singapore as well. The lion that spits water. Let's take a closer glimpse, closer look.
Let's talk a little bit about the population of Singapore, which is diverse, and this is the result of the considerable past immigration. Chinese are the first group, making up for the 3/4 of the total. Malays are next, and the Indians are the third. That's why through Singapore you'll find different temples like mosques, Buddhist temples and churches. We got to see also the oldest temple, Tian Hock Keng.
I mean, until now the artwork everywhere on the walls is really, really nice. And yeah, basically this is a picture of the Chinese life here in Singapore. Alright guys, so I am sweaty but happy because finally we made it to Chinatown. Behind me is the Buddha relic temple. We're gonna try to go inside to get a closer glimpse to what is there, and then we're gonna go to stroll around this old neighborhood of Singapore. It's full of narrow streets, it's full of restaurants, eateries and coffee shops. So yeah, we're gonna go to check it out. Now let's have a look inside. So as you could see inside the temple, very, very pretty. A lot of offering, a lot of scents. No, how are called, Nisha? Incense. Incense. Very, very nice smelling. And now we're gonna go to stroll around the streets. Very busy area here actually, and very nice, full of people.
Because of the ethnic diversity, no fewer than 4 official languages are recognized: English, Mandarin Chinese, Malay, and Tamil. English, however, remains the main medium for administration, commerce, and industry, and is the primary language of instructions in schools.
Alright guys, time to show you also the hotel room here in Singapore. It's called Rochor or Rochor I think. So this is the little room. As I understood, all the rooms in Singapore, they are quite small. So this is the sink. Here we have the bathroom, which is really nice and tidy. And here we have the bed, huge TV, a little bit of like a little desk for work, and we don't have a view. I mean, I can see, but you can't. We are at the 13th floor, so yeah, this is the room. With a tropical rainforest climate, sudden showers can be expected at any time, so sometimes you're gonna be delayed, you're gonna have to take shelter, because otherwise you're gonna get wet. But you know, there are plenty of coffee shops in Singapore, so you can enjoy your coffee and then yeah, continue with your day. At the moment it's still raining. We're gonna try to make the most of the time, and we decide to go to check an inside indoors activity, and we got to Asian Museum of Civilizations, because we love so much Asia. I think it's time to learn a little bit more about this amazing culture, no? So here we are. This is basically across the road from Fullerton Hotel. The entry admission is 25 Singaporean dollars, and as I said, we're gonna go to try to check it out.
Eco-friendly umbrella dryer. So this is
Just like Asia itself, this museum is a mix of classic and contemporary, with a historical facade and a timeless collection inside. This is the only museum in the region devoted to exploring the artistic heritage of Asia, especially the ancestral cultures of Singaporeans. The museum is very well laid out with a lot of information and amazing artifacts. You can easily spend here half of a day. However, we spent around 2.5 hours until the rain stopped, and then we continue with our tour through the city.
A museum, and I can tell you, was a really nice experience. I would totally recommend you, if you come by Singapore and you're gonna have a rainy day, go there and check it out. And now we are on the river walk, and here is there are plenty of terraces with foods which you can choose. Like, look this here, thank you, lobsters, crabs, lobsters around. Wow, there is full of places to eat in Singapore. Literally every step you make, you're gonna find a food place, and this is really nice because also the food is very good. So we continue with our tour of the day through Singapore, and we got told to come to Orchard Road. We are close enough, and here feels like in a futuristic movie. It's unbelievable what kind of buildings they have here. It's, I don't know, I'm mesmerized by this city. It's so clean, so well organized. It's just a pleasure to be here actually. So I think that these people live already in 2050, because there are some incredible rules, like the smoking on the street in the public spaces in Singapore is forbidden. So that's why you have to go into a
Designated smoking areas. Yes, you'll see them in Singapore. Also here some of the rules are no eating or drinking on public transportation, there is no selling of chewing gum, no jaywalking and no sale of alcohol after 10:30, to name just a few of them.
So this Orchard Road, it's an upscale area with a lot of shopping malls. On the left hand side, on the right hand side, there are shopping malls with luxury brands and basically with everything what you need. Very wide boulevards, and it's a very nice area to walk when you are in Singapore. So yeah, I think you should check it out. As I said, it's really nice. So seems like traditional ice cream in Singapore. It's ice cream between the bread. So Misha's gonna try it. Found here something.
Bread, please.
Go.
Okay, good. Good, great. Okay. Thank you. Hey, thank you.
Thank you. So what we have here, Misha?
It's an ice cream sandwich, I guess.
An ice cream sandwich. This is a bread actually. Funny color. Okay. And what's the verdict?
It's very cold, so I can't bite it, but let's see what you think. You wanna try?
We assume it's good. The ice cream actually is very nice, very creamy, and the bread, even though it's pink, tastes like bread. Oh, nice. Through the years, Singapore gained its reputation as one of the safest and cleanest cities around the world. Now I have to say, after being here, it definitely exceeded my expectations. What you got here, Misha?
It's called a pandan. It's a traditional Singaporean dessert.
Alright, let's see. First bite. Looks like a sponge. Is it soft?
It's like a really fluffy sponge cake.
Really?
Do you want to try?
Very fluffy. I think this would be good with an ice cream on the top. Very nice.
We got it from this place.
Now, it's being said that Singapore is one of the most expensive cities in the world, if not the most expensive. Now, regarding the affordability in the city, I have to say that the food is actually quite affordable. It's very tasty and you have plenty of options. Now, we're gonna go to check one of the markets, very famous here in Singapore. It's called Maxwell Food Court and looks very appetizing. So we're gonna go to have a look inside to see if we find something to eat. And yeah, to have fun. So this is just a part of the food court. There is one part in the middle as well. So we're gonna try to go a little bit aside to see the options. You see, you have Vietnamese, you have Chinese, you have all types of cuisine here. Unbelievable. And also the prices, as I said, for food, they are very, very affordable. So let's see a little bit. coconut, yeah, literally everything. I'm gonna tell you guys, makes it really hard for us because we don't know what to choose. There are too many options here. It's just insane. Food, food, and food. So we made the choice. We got some Thai food, some chicken with egg on the top with rice, chicken basil, yeah, and beef.
That's what it is.
We have some dumplings, and we have a giant coconut. So now let's enjoy it.
Well, I was expecting like it to be like tasty.
Now, because we were talking about affordability, I have to mention the public transportation system here in Singapore. It's spot on, very, very clean. I'm gonna show you a little bit. Like, look at the floor, this is spotless, and is also very cheap. Yesterday we ride all day the trains and the buses, and was a total daily of about £2.74. It's crazy. So yeah, if you come to Singapore, you know it already, public transport is the way to go. Alright guys, we're gonna end the video exactly where we started. We started our culinary trip here in this place, noodle bar. But here I don't have noodles, I have a pork bun. It's something delicious, it's like a crispy pastry with pork inside. If you have the chance, try it because you won't regret. Anyways, that's it from Singapore. I hope you enjoyed the video, and till next time, don't forget, travel to discover.